The call from my mother-in-law was as predictable as it was unpleasant. "You bought a luxury condo, didn't you? I know about it." "What? It's too good for you, so I'll take it." Her tone dripped with entitlement. She never had good news to share, and today was no different. Yes, I had purchased an $800,000 condo in my name, a secret shared only between my husband and me. But somehow she had found out. "Did you hear about this from my husband?" I asked, trying to keep my voice neutral. "Maybe," she replied, her words as dismissive as ever. "And from now on, you will work for me." It wasn't a suggestion, it was a declaration. She intended to treat me as her maid, but I had no intention of simply rolling over. Instead, I decided to play along, to use this as an opportunity to devise a plan. "If you say so, I will obey," I answered, masking my true intentions. "Humph, it seems you finally understood your place. You should have done this from the beginning," she scoffed. "I need to prepare. I'll let you know once everything is set," I said. And so it began. I pretended compliance while secretly planning my revenge. On moving day, she called 30 times. Each time I ignored it, the anticipation building inside me. When I finally answered, her voice came through in a panic. "Where is the condo? What? It should be right there. Did you trick me?" I could practically hear the fear in her voice. Holding back my laughter was nearly impossible. The plan had worked perfectly, and she was completely off balance. "My name is Stella Brown. I'm 35 and work at a securities company. 5 years ago, I married Scott. Life wasn't perfect, but we were happy and we were planning to start a family soon. We had finally saved enough to buy a place of our own. A condo seemed like the best option for us, given our busy work lives. It wasn't just about owning property, it was about the life we wanted to build." My mother-in-law, on the other hand, had always been a complication. Scott's father passed away a year after we got married, and since then she had grown increasingly demanding. She would drop by unannounced, criticize me for everything, and expect financial support regularly. But we always managed to endure her. Until now. After we bought the condo, she became obsessed with it. She wanted in. She wanted control. She wanted to move in and make me her servant. I realized that if I didn't do something drastic, our lives would continue to be dictated by her whims. So I made my plans. I gave her a fake address, an empty lot, and let her believe that she was moving in. When she arrived at the empty lot, she called, demanding answers. Her voice trembled with anger and disbelief. I pretended confusion. "Oh, that's strange. There should be a condo there. Oh, wait, that's the site where the new condo will be built. My mistake. What is going on?" "Give me the correct address," she screamed. But I stayed calm. "Scott is here. But are you sure you want to talk to him right now?" I asked, baiting her. "Put him on the phone." I handed the phone to Scott, putting it on speaker. "Mom," Scott said, his voice steady, "you need to understand. Living together was never part of the plan. You've overstepped. You can't keep making decisions for us. We won't be giving you the address, and you won't be moving in." "Are you abandoning me? Your own mother?" she asked, her voice shaking with outrage. "You've pushed too far for too long," Scott said. "We're done. You're on your own now." For a moment, there was silence on the other end. Then she began yelling again, but Scott simply ended the call. It was over. We had severed the ties that had kept us under her control. We blocked her number after that. She was on her own, no more financial support, no more visits. According to Scott's uncle, she ended up losing her home and had to move into a small, rundown apartment. She tried to find work, but nothing lasted. Her pride and refusal to change kept her isolated and struggling. As for us, we finally found peace. We focused on our future, and soon we were blessed with news we had long hoped for. We were expecting a child. It felt like a reward for all the hardship we had faced, and now we could look forward to building the happy family we had always dreamed of, free from the toxicity of the past. The tension that had overshadowed our lives for so long was finally gone. and Scott and I felt like we could truly breathe for the first time. We had spent years trying to keep the peace, trying to balance our happiness with the incessant demands of his mother. But now, it was different. The heavy weight of her control was lifted, and we were finally free to live our lives the way we wanted. We settled into our new condo, which felt like the perfect place to start the next chapter of our lives. It was spacious, bright, and had a view that made the stress of city life seem to melt away. Every corner of our new home symbolized our hard work and commitment to each other. We took our time decorating, making sure everything reflected our personalities and dreams. Our days were filled with laughter as we planned for our baby. We chose colors for the nursery, picked out tiny clothes, and imagined what life would be like once we were parents. It was a wonderful feeling, an excitement that we had not experienced for a long time. It felt like all our dreams were slowly coming to life, and there was nothing standing in our way anymore. But in the back of my mind, I knew that my mother-in-law wouldn't give up that easily. She was persistent, a trait that had driven us to this point, and I suspected she would find a way to make contact, even after we blocked her number. And she did. One evening, as Scott and I were having dinner, my phone buzzed. It was an unknown number, but something told me exactly who it was. I hesitated for a moment before showing the screen to Scott. He sighed, and without a word, we both knew that we had to deal with this once and for all. I put the call on speaker. "Stella," my mother-in-law's voice came through, strained but demanding. "You can't just cut me off like this. You have to help me. I'm your family." I took a deep breath. "No, you're not," I said, my voice steady. "Family doesn't treat each other the way you've treated us. We're done." "How dare you, after everything I've done for Scott?" Scott leaned closer to the phone. "Mom, everything you've done has only made our lives more difficult. We tried to help you, but you never appreciated it. You only wanted more, and you were never satisfied. We're done, and you need to accept that." For a moment there was silence, then her voice turned cold. "You'll regret this, both of you." "We won't," I said, ending the call. I looked at Scott, who gave me a reassuring nod. We both knew that she would try to intimidate us, to make us feel guilty, but we had made our decision. We had to put ourselves and our future first. Over the next few weeks, things slowly returned to normal. We focused on our work, our home, and the baby on the way. We attended doctor's appointments together, marveling at the ultrasound images and feeling a deep sense of love and excitement for the future. The condo truly became our safe haven, a place where we could finally be at peace. Then, one day, Scott received a message from his uncle. He wanted to meet, and we agreed. We met him at a small cafe, and he looked tired, his eyes filled with a mix of sympathy and frustration. "I'm sorry to bother you both," he said, "but I thought you should know what's going on. Your mom, she's in a really bad place. She's lost everything. The house, her savings, it's all gone. She's been staying in a rundown apartment, but it's not a good situation." Scott sighed. "I figured as much. We tried to help her, Uncle, but she just kept demanding more. We can't keep enabling her." His uncle nodded. "I understand. I've tried to help too, but she won't change. She's too proud. I just thought you should know, in case—" Scott shook his head. "I'm sorry, Uncle, but we have to think about our own family now. We have a baby on the way. We can't afford to get pulled back into her chaos." His uncle gave a sad smile. "I understand. You're doing the right thing. Just take care of yourselves, okay?" After that meeting, Scott and I felt a sense of closure. We had done everything we could for his mother, but there was a point where we had to step back and let her face the consequences of her actions. We couldn't save her from herself, and we weren't willing to sacrifice our happiness for her anymore. As the months passed, we embraced our new life. Our baby was born in the spring, and the moment I held her in my arms, I knew that everything we had gone through was worth it. She was perfect, and she filled our lives with a joy that we had never known before. We named her Grace, a reminder of the hope and love that had carried us through the hardest times. Our condo became a home filled with laughter, late-night feedings, and the gentle hum of a life well lived. Scott and I grew even closer as we navigated the challenges of parenthood, and we knew that we had made the right choices for us, for Grace, and for our future. We heard from Scott's uncle occasionally. His mother was still struggling, still unable to come to terms with her new reality. She had burned too many bridges, and now she was paying the price. But we no longer let her shadow darken our lives. We had moved on, and we were determined to give Grace the kind of loving, stable home that we had always dreamed of. The weight of the past was gone, replaced by the warmth of a bright future, and as I looked around our home, at Scott holding our daughter, I knew that we had finally found what we had been searching for all along: peace, love, and a life free from the chains of manipulation and control. We were truly free, and that was worth everything we had gone through to get here.